The phrase "home is where the heart is one that glorifies the love and warmth we as humans associate with living in our households. However, in some homes, this love and warmth is nowhere to be found. Today, abuse is one of the most important and underreported crimes in the United States. Domestic abuse affects everyone, men, women, and children. Therefore, we should all take a vested interest in helping those who are impacted by domestic violence. Use Your Voice is a public campaign that is dedicated to empowering and mobilizing those impacted by domestic violence to stand up for not only themselves, but to end the long cycle of silence and pain associated with abuse in the home. In this presentation, we are going to discuss those who are affected by DV, how this campaign is beneficial to them, and what we can do as citizens to use our voice and help others. According to the NCADV, on average, nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States. For 1 year, this equates to more than 10 million men and women. With this in mind, the scope of this campaign is rather large, seeing as men and women of any age can be impacted. Children are also at risk. 1 in 15 children are exposed to intimate partner violence each year, and 90% of these children are eyewitnesses to this violence. It is very important that this is recognized because it highlights that domestic violence is very prominent in our society and it needs to be activated and impacted in a positive way. Thus, I created this campaign. Communication is very important because it provides an outlet for victims, thus overall benefiting them. This campaign is beneficial because it encourages victims to speak up and break the destructive cycle of abuse. Abuse is one of the most underreported crimes in America, with estimates as high as 90% being unreported. By encouraging victims to use their voice, we not only lower the statistic we have, but we also pave the way for a generation of activists who will continue to fight for the rights of victims. We must not allow ourselves to continue this negative silence, which is why breaking the silence and using communication is so important. Once we break communication barriers, we can make a larger impact as a community. With a united front, we can easily tackle the negativity that surrounds domestic violence. By simply reporting things that you witness or even offering to protect those in danger, you are one step closer to saving a life. Websites like domesticabuseshelter.org offer information on what to do to help those in need and even provide steps like contacting the authorities and the National Abuse Center hotline when trying to defuse abusive situations. We even have civil programs and acts in effect like the Family Violence and Prevention and Services Act that provides violence and prevention programs and 24-hour hotlines for those in need. We simply must use our resources and encourage others to speak up for themselves by offering protection, support, and alternative options. Therefore, we have to stand firm and do the right thing to make a difference. In conclusion, domestic violence is a major issue throughout the world that affects so many different people. It is important for people to know the effects that it has on people and how much a person's life can change due to this. Many times when a person is experiencing domestic violence, they become too scared to come forward and put a stop to it, and instead will endure the pain that they are suffering. With so many lives at stake, this campaign offers an opportunity for people, victims and non-victims, to raise their voice and stand up for what is right. In life, we make many choices, and it's your choice whether or not to use your voice. So think about that happy home, and that's where your heart is. Do you want your heart to be broken and sad? Again, use your voice. Thank you.